Surviving in these worlds can be difficult unless you make some friends, but then it actually might be harder. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 open world survival multiplayer games.
Hurry up out there, Ramirez!
For this list, we're taking a look at survival games that not only have a multiplayer component, but also large open-ended environments as well. We're only focusing on survival games that have multiplayer in them, leaving the single-player titles for another day. Also, since we're talking about the brutality of surviving, a mature content warning is in effect. Now. Number 10, The Forest. Fresh out of early access, The Forest managed to break into the survival gaming hype back during its peak, offering a fresh new take on the genre as a whole by sliding in some more horror themes. While The Forest did start off as a single-player only game, it has since added multiplayer, with a much stronger emphasis on cooperative play than other survival games, as you all seek to find your sons. Well, giant plot hole aside, the survival aspect is definitely solid, while venturing into cannibals' camps and monster-infested caves with friends help to lessen the terror. There's no reason a multiplayer survival game has to be for everyone themselves. Number 9, Conan Exiles. The famous barbarian has seen a surprisingly good amount of attention in the video game industry, especially when you compare its fan base size to other fantasy properties. Given the setting, the world of Conan fits right into the survival genre though, with some unique features not seen in other games, granting a higher level of interaction with the world and its denizens, even allowing you to enslave various NPCs. Feeling more like an MMO with the level of interaction and detail of character customization, you'd almost forget that you're still trying to survive this landscape with others. Place your bets. Oh, don't place your bets. Don't place your bets. Number 8, DayZ.
Tell our current challenger that we have some challengers. I mean our current champion that we have some challengers.
The open world survival genre popularity seems to have stemmed from one game in particular, DayZ. Starting out as an Arma 2 mod, the game and the genre grew large quite fast, the latter already in full swing when DayZ became a standalone title. The unpredictable nature of other players set the stage for survival games and their communities to come. Unfortunately, development throughout the years has seen several problems, with the game still technically in early access 5 years after the standalone release. We still recognize DayZ for what it started, but hopefully someday we'll see it actually get finished.
Just walk down the street, head towards that other guy with the orange backpack.
I see you guys.
Number 7, Dying Light. Zombies in open world survival games are a married concept used so often that critics continue to kind of harp on it. Every now and again though, there is a diamond in the rough, and this one came in the form of Dying Light. The combination of free running and absolutely brutal zombie survival created a breath of fresh air with both. From slashing through hordes in the day to sneaking your way through the terrifying streets at night, the game somehow manages to elevate both the action and horror, even when a friend or two has been brought along for the ride. The game still receives free content updates to this day too, so there's really no reason not to give this one a go. Number 6, Fortnite Save the World. You know Fortnite for its Battle Royale, but have you ever wanted to play that other mode constantly offered on startup? As the newly appointed commander, it's up to you to enlist the help of various heroes across the globe in order to beat back the zombie threat and the mysterious and foreboding storm. The game takes place in a large open-ended environment as you explore and collect resources to craft weapons and build forts. Though the game has overall less freedom than other survival games, the more casual setting and fun side missions should keep you and your friends busy. Number 5, Terraria. Going down a dimension doesn't necessarily lessen the experience, and in Terraria's case this proves true. Riding on that Minecraft hype train, Terraria started out as a fairly simple 2D open world game, with a few survival elements in between. Since its release, however, Terraria has established itself as being much more than a simple clone, and it's created an audience all on its own, thanks in part to its deeper RPG elements than most survival games. The survival aspect is definitely simplistic and caters to more casual players, but it nonetheless offers those who seek a challenge a fair experience. Number 4, Don't Starve Together. After the success of Don't Starve, the originally single-player survival game still had players wanting more, wishing to spend their time in the Tim Burton-inspired aesthetic world with some friends. Released as a standalone expansion, the game plays about the same as the original, but with a cooperative spin. While a bit on the smaller side than most other survival multiplayer games, only supporting up to 6 players, Don't Starve Together retains the difficult nature of the single-player experience, giving you and your friends some added challenge too. Number 3, Rust. From T-posing ragdolls and colorful bouncy balls to a nudist's paradise, Gary Newman is quite the inventive game developer. Made popular by its aesthetics, Rust started out as what seemed to be just another survival game with all the bells and whistles of a typical DayZ clone. Since its early access release, however, the game has changed engines, seen major overhauls and improvements, and several bug fixes. Rust wanted to capture the more raw and natural feelings of survival, and it certainly shows. Number 2, Minecraft. To say that Minecraft is the precursor to the explosion of open-world multiplayer survival genre as a whole wouldn't be really inaccurate. While the survival aspect may not have been the biggest draw or central mechanic, after the game's hunger mechanic was implemented, survival mods, game modes, and other games themselves expanded upon it, going even further to add more hardcore means of survival. However, for those still seeking a casual adventure with friends with less demanding survival elements, a return to Minecraft is almost always a welcome enjoyment. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, we understand that the genre is littered with some pretty terrible games, and we should remind our audience of one particularly dishonorable mention. Number 1, Ark: Survival Evolved. One word: dinosaurs. Selling millions upon millions of copies, this game took the survival genre by storm, taking the spotlight for a very long time. While many will argue that the developers exhibited certain distasteful business practices, along with a toxic community, the call of big-ass dinosaurs cannot be ignored. You can't tell us that riding on the back of a dinosaur wouldn't be cool, right? The stereotypical hostile PvP environment may deter a lot of players, but the sheer amount of content, not even including expansions, makes this game worth checking out, even if the price tag is a bit hefty. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.